watch that front four or whatever it is up there, their front three. They're really doing a nice job of getting off their blocks and creating some havoc for us in the backfield.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, Connor hasn't been able to really just kind of set his feet and toss other than that one throw to Sam. And now he's going to try and go off his back foot again, and it's out of bounds, sails out of bounds. Again, he's pressured.
Yep,
and I believe that was, that was Makos, and I couldn't see who the other kid was that got into there. But
yeah, and not really much open in the
No.
in the secondary. So
no. Okay. Will they get? All right. Well, we'll see if they get that. So, folks, if you're at home, there's a a new link. Checked in. All right. Oh, he's got
his knee. He's down.
Yep, he'll be down right there. Yep. But again, good field position. Again, where we were backed up, so now you're looking at about the 46-yard line. Really good field position for Broadhead-Judah to start out this offensive series.
Yep.
So, folks, we had a little bit of a snafu to start things off with tonight. It looks like we should be coming at you guys. And let us know in the chat if you can, if you guys can hear us and see us, would you please? We'd appreciate that. 1 second.
5 minutes and 31 seconds to go in the first quarter. Broadhead-Judah is about to start their second possession of the ball game.
Which one?
Yep. Once again, you're seeing that real tight formation that they like to run out of, and picked up a couple yards here, maybe 2nd and 8, 2nd and a long 7.
All right, folks, sorry about that. We should be good now. Sounds like we've got sound and video now on the new stream. All right, so thanks, Victoria for checking in with us. Thank you, folks. I got to turn that down. I don't want to hear myself. All right, Andrew Wickland coming in, sound and video good. Thanks, you folks. Appreciate it. Sorry about the delay. Here we are, Broadhead-Judah. 2nd and 7. That's going to be Bagley out the side, and there he goes. Oh, it looks like he just lost his footing, Jerry.
Yep, tried to cut it back in.
Yep.
In fact, he might not have picked up a yard. That's about where they were for second now. So
third about 7. Yeah. All right, so Gunnar Bagley is coming in. Gunnar would be the younger brother,
sophomore,
I believe.
Wide receiver.
Yep.
Made some nice plays as well at our Richland Center game. So 3rd and about 7 here. Tight formation again.
So looking like probably going to run, but unless they slip somebody out into the into the flat. Here's looking at some motion, and they're going to try and look for that pass. Somebody's down the seam. Somebody totally blew their coverage, and Sam Bosworth tips it, but it's going to be caught by guess who? Bagley. Yep. Wow. Concentration there. That's that sophomore.
Definitely got a hand on it, but not enough.
Yep, was not enough. Sam tipped it. Instead of tipping it down, he tipped it, but it went up. Bagley was able to concentrate on the ball, gather it in, takes it in for the score.
Yep, changed the rotation. And again, they're having some success getting behind our defender.
Right. And somebody kind of had some blown coverage on that because Bagley was just wide open down the middle of the field.
Yeah, and Sam actually did a good job
of trying to recover
that play and even to make a play on the ball. And
right.
It looked like he was going to be successful, but
yep.
As he tipped it, it didn't really work in our favor.
And you can see him and Bryce talking right now about that play, so trying to communicate and get that cleaned up. All right, so Hosley is going to be up here to try for the point after to make it a 7-0 game. Got 3:58 left on the clock right now. There's a snap. Up. Kick is up, and it is good.
It's good.
So that's a 7-0 lead for Broadhead-Judah. 3:58 left on the clock here in the first quarter. First couple series, we're kind of back and forth here a little bit. Again, center going into the wind, Broadhead-Judah with the wind. And, Jerry, to be honest with you, with that pass that Hosley had, he launched that sucker down the field, and it did float there a little ways. Sam tried to get back there to it, get a hand on it, maybe try to knock it down, but he just wasn't able to go down on the ball. It was popped back up. Bagley grabs it, goes in for the score.
Right. And again, you get this quarter, they got the wind at their back, and
right.
And you can't let people get behind you. You think you got to play on the ball, and it's easy to misjudge it because that ball is starting to carry in this stuff.
Yeah, it is.
And hopefully that'll work in our favor next quarter.
Little Ram Jam in the background there. Hear that? Little Black Betty. Like to hear that. Yeah, now you can see where both Daishan and Nate are, both of them sitting at the 5-yard line. Again, that wind is carrying pretty good. The last one went into the end zone on a roll, so we'll see what happens with this one. Hosley on the kick. Here comes the approach and the boot. Low end over end, and they're going to let it sail into the end zone.
Yeah.
Smart play.
So Cole Hosley is their punter, their kicker, their quarterback, and then he gets his rest on defense. He comes off but no, he's very effective at all 3 positions. He is showing us already how well he can punt and kick, and obviously play quarterback. So
you bet.
That was a nice ball he threw on that touchdown pass to Bagley.
I want to thank this tonight's sponsors, 2021. Jeez, what year am I in? 2021 live stream sponsors tonight. The junior parents. Appreciate those folks doing that for us this evening. This is Aaron Davis straight ahead. He's going to get a few on that, about 3. About 3 yards on that fullback dive.
Yep. Make him play honest.
Yeah.
Kind of those edges have been kind of pinning their ears back and bringing it, and
yeah. So you find those gaps in the middle. Yep.
Might be able to run something between in that A or B gap and find something. Maybe there's some holes in there. That's pretty good defense, so they're playing tough.
Yeah, they're again. I don't know if we're going to be able to overuse the word athletes tonight. So
yeah.
Bowser to the bottom of your screen. It's going to be a pitch out to Hillers. He's going to try to bring it back inside, and he's going to get a few yards on that.
Yeah, he picked up a
gain of about 2 or 3 maybe on that.
Yeah, he's out over the 25.
They're going to
make it about 3rd and 5.
About a ball length past. All right, so 3rd and 5, a little bit more manageable here. And I don't know if you folks at home can hear that wind whipping out of the north right now, and it's pushing along pretty good. All right, so it looks like Clarkson and Fogo to the top of your screen, Bosler to the bottom. Pistol formation again. Ellenson takes a snap, looking for the pass right away. He's going to, oh man, and it looks like it just got picked off. Yep, that's McIntyre, Marcus McIntyre, the safety coming up with that pick. He was looking to get it thread it into Clarkson on that play, and McIntyre just beat Clarkson to the ball. So a turnover on Richland Center. And Jerry, I'm going to tell you right now, we're closer to the Brodhead-Judah sideline than we are the center sideline, and I'm telling you what, this sideline is pumped right now. Those kids are jacked up.
1st and 10, drive number 3 for Broadhead-Judah.
On the 38.
They're deep into Hornet territory on the turnover.
Here comes that motion. Get him! There we go. And they're going to call him down. That's Cole Brenninger.
Cole Brenninger on the sack, coming off his edge
wow.
position and getting Hosley to the ground.
Almost.
Big time loss. Big time loss.
Yeah, that's a loss of about 7 or 8 on that play. Got to see a little bit more of that. And you know, that's the thing, Jerry. I don't know in that first game that we played with him that we really got to see Hosley get rattled too much. You know, a whole lot of pressure in the backfield. We just weren't able to get to him. And so, you know, maybe he's kind of keeping that in the back of his head now with, you know, the backside pressure coming as Brenninger just brought it there. So we'll see what happens on this play.
Yep, 2nd down and about 17, 15.
$1:48 left on the clock. Still rolling. Little confusion. Yep. Little confusion on the offensive side here.
Timeout, Broadhead-Judah.
Yeah, I heard their coach up here calling it. Well, this timeout gives us a little chance to thank our sponsors. We didn't really kind of get a chance to thank them before. So, junior parents, want to bring them up. Brian and Katie Pauls, Kirk and Shelly Stibbe, Jarrett and Susan McDonald, Terry and Tammy Thielman, Billy and Jamie Jones, Aaron and Stacey Umbihan, Wendy Young, Darren and Sheila Buchholz, Brian Michelle Brown, and some Chambers folks, Mark and Shelly. And so our juniors, that's their Broadhead-Judah student section over there, trying to stay hidden, I guess, with all the camouflage there. I guys see some blaze orange. There's those junior boys right there. There's some kids, big smiles on their faces.
Yep, a big thanks to all you people for helping to sponsor this ball game.
All year long.
Yeah.
All year long,
yeah,
Jerry.
really, all of our sponsors.
Yeah, from
wonderful.
game 1 to this one here, it's been great. We thank you folks a ton for doing this for us.
Yep, I'm sure there's a lot of people tuned in back at home and all over the world, in fact. So it's been fun. Holsley out to the flats. And if it was complete, and I think it was probably a loss on the play. I think they lost yards. Looked like he completed it to Vondra.
Was it 20? 20, yeah, 20 is Vondra.
So it looks more like about third and about 21, maybe.
It's a ways.
That was a little
22. They're calling it. Yep.
pass
22.
out in the flats, and the trajectory of the ball took him to the ground. So
yep. Got some folks, shout outs from you folks tuning in. Eric Ritten, Gabby Walton, Brad Walsh, Jason Kleppe, and Nick Grob. Thanks for checking in, folks. Appreciate that.
Be nice to get a big stop here.
Yeah, it would. Obvious
Get some
passing
pressure.
situation.
Don't let people
Look for the screen, and there was the screen, and he's going to gain some yardage. That's Bagley. See you later. Oh, man. And then tack on some yardage afterwards. They're going to call it a late hit out of bounds, and he would not have gotten the first down, Jerry, without that penalty.
But he's going to get it with
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Again, we keep saying this Bagley kid, he is for real. He's got wheels. He's got jukes. He's got speed. Yep, they're going to call it a late hit out of bounds. And that's going to put him down to about the 18-yard line, I think. Now it's going to be closer than that. It's a 15-yard penalty. God, not smart. Can't have that stuff. Down to the 14.
That definitely hurt.
Big time, because he would have been short. That would have brought up fourth down. So they're way over here on the left hash, really close to the sideline, Jerry. They're only about, 12 yards off of the sideline. Now the ref is taking a time here. Yeah, they're going to move. I was going to say, that looked awfully darn close to the sideline. I don't know if it should be in the middle of, they're kind of bringing it, keeping it on this side. Here we go. All right, so ball sitting just on the inside of the 15-yard line. What my prediction? Handoff Bagley. He's going to come in motion. There he is in motion. Oh, this time it's going to be Vondra, I think.
Is that Roshheisen?
Maybe it was Roshheisen. Yep. Oh, and I got getting a little chippy down there now. And I think that was Bryce. No, that's Nate Fogle maybe. And I can kind of see why maybe he was a little upset because his jersey was stretched, his pads were all messed up. I think he kind of got a little grabbing. Again, got to stay away from those penalties, though.
That might have been Matthias that ran that one.
Could have been.
Second down and about 7. 24 seconds and counting.
Yep.
In the end of the first quarter.
Broadhead-Judah trying to get this play off before the end of the first quarter. Single back formation. Got those wings on either side, though. It's going to go right up the middle.
Good wrap-up job.
Yeah, I think that's, Blake Matthias, number 26.
Was that Teague Perkins on the play?
I couldn't quite see who that was.
Looked
Nate
like
Fogo,
Teague
Perkins, maybe. Brock Lewis maybe in on that tackle, too.
That will end the first quarter. Broadhead-Judah 7, Richland Center nothing. And we're going to move it down to the other end of the field. And
ball's going to be at about the 9-yard line, and that's going to give him about a third and 4, Jerry, I think,
sure,
when we come back with this.
Yep. And then the big thing is the wind.
Right.
Having the wind at our backs this quarter. And it might not seem like a big deal, but tonight it is. It's pretty brisk. It's 15, 17 miles an hour.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it's pushing. Yeah, and it's out of the north. Yeah, and this field runs north and south. So in this second quarter, Broadhead-Judah is going to be running. They're going to be going into the wind, headlong into the wind. So we'll see if that has any change. The one thing though about and Jerry, we were talking about this a little bit at the pregame. Broadhead-Judah is extremely run heavy.
Yep.
They not a ton of passing attempts. We're looking at their stats. Actually, the percentage completions is not huge. I mean, he's been doing a nice job tonight. Has Hosley? He's connected pretty good. But you did see that, where he was tossing down the field. Sam gets his hand on it. Of course, it doesn't go down. And Bagley with great goodness, that was great concentration in his part. Hauls that thing in and gets himself into the end zone. So we'll see if that has any kind of factor here as we go the other way.
Sure. And we've got, again, we're in red zone here. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot with giving up that big screen pass, and then, of course,
the penalty.
Tacking on the penalty. But if we can get a stop here,
that would be
gigantic. And then try to get something generated on offense. We haven't really got into our offensive gear yet.
Hand off to Bagley.
That's Bagley up the middle.
And he's going to find a seam. And not in yet, but it's enough for a first down, looks like.
Yeah, it'd be first and goal.
Yeah, it looks like he's just outside the goal line. So first and goal from about the maybe about the 1 yard line, it looks like, Jerry, from our vantage point. And we're on the opposite end of the field, so I don't know, you folks can't see that at home necessarily, but we're kind of sitting on the opposite end of where the end zone is, where they're at now. So about the 40-yard line on the other end of the field.
Yep.
All right, so they're going to bring it back up again. You want my prediction again? Handoff, Bagley. I formation or Matthias. I got Matthias in at fullback right now. And it's going to be Bagley up the middle, and he makes it in.
Touchdown, Gabe Bagley.
So we got Bagley with score 1 and Bagley with score 2. Two different Bagleys, though. So that'll bring up 13-0 right now, 11:20 on the clock in the second quarter.
Holsey's switching up to his kick and shoe.
Yep. He'll come back in and give for the point after try here. So, Jerry, what are we seeing so far? Hornet defense, obviously they've been pretty run heavy. Bagley's been kind of their main target. They've mixed in Matthias a little bit, and they've also mixed in Vondra a little bit. You know, they've got to definitely kind of slow that down. And Broadhead-Judah is doing a really nice job. Their offensive line is doing a really nice job of making those gaps happen, giving those lanes for those running backs to pick.
Yep. The point after touchdown is good by Hosley. That makes it 14-0. Broadhead-Judah Cardinals. And I think their O-line is definitely getting off the football and getting a big, strong push up front. And you mentioned the trifecta they have at running back, and they've been using them all.
Yeah,
and,
they have.
Kind of mixing it up a little bit here and a little bit there. And when they've gotten in trouble, they've relied on the pass to get them out of trouble. That screen pass was a big play for them.
Tremendous.
Obviously, the bomb to the younger Bagley boy was a big play. So, and they missed one where Connor Ellenson made a nice play on that ball.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're doing just enough passing to keep us honest, and then they're really bringing it at us with that triple-headed attack.
Yeah. So I mean, if I'm a defensive coach, I'm thinking, hey, assignment football. Just know your assignment. Make sure you're filling those gaps. You know, knowing who your receiver is. Don't let anybody get behind you. It's just, and with this being, that second-round playoff stuff, another team that we've seen already. Maybe that has a little something to do with it too, a little bit of those jitters. And we talked about how we were hoping on the way down here, we were talking about this, about us getting out to a good start as well, kind of not that slow start. First quarter has not necessarily been our quarter, and we're kind of seeing that so far.
Yep.
And it's been helpful for Broadhead-Judah right now. So,
well, that was a big – they capitalized off the turnover. There's only been one turnover tonight, the interception, and they capitalized off it. And that's why you got to stay away from the turnover bug as much as you can.
Yep.
This is
Daishan Lee. He's going to pick it up off the bounce. There's a nice little move. And there comes a flag. Almost always illegal block in the back. But he hauled up the number 2, and the only number 2 out there. Oh, no, that might have been Trevin Thielman, though, too. So let's see.
That's what it is.
Trevin Thielman.
Block in the back.
God darn it. Was it block in the back or hold? Either way, that'll be a penalty. And again, that's been our Achilles heel all year, Jerry, has been penalties. We'll get a drive sustained, things will be going all right, and then all of a sudden you throw a penalty on there. Or you just saw with that screen pass where we would have stopped Bagley short, late hit out of bounds, throw on a penalty, keeps that drive going for them.
Yeah, and we've been able to overcome the penalty bug against a lot of teams, but
not this one.
These guys are a good ball club, and you just got to.
It was Aaron Davis right at the middle with a really nice run.
You just got to stay away from that stuff. The mistakes are compounded when you're playing against a quality team like this.
Yeah, and they're quality both sides of the ball, no doubt.
They really are.
No
they really
doubt.
are.
6-yard gain on that one from Aaron Davis right at the middle.
Yep.
Daishan Lee's going to bring this play in.
That was a big first down pickup for Aaron Davis. That was big time.
2nd and 4 is a heck of a lot more manageable than 2nd and 9.
Yep.
Daishan Lee down on the bottom of your screen. I believe that's Sam Bosworth to the top. I-back formation again. And we're going to go to Bryce Hillers this time. And he's going to get maybe a yard on that one. Who's at number 75 for them? Owen Hillstorm. Owen Hillstorm, number 75. You can kind of see him in the middle of their defensive line there. Big kid.
3rd down and about 2, maybe?
2.5, yeah. Manageable down. Just got to make sure that we can get this thing. And again, we've been saying this all year too, Jerry. Sustain the drive. Sustain the drive. It's going to be a passing situation. And it's going to be Bryson Clarkson, and he just overthrew him. A lot of contact. A lot of contact.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I think honestly, Jerry, I think the contact was both ways. They were jockeying back and forth, and I think that was Bagley on him as he was going down the sideline there and then cutting it to the inside, but couldn't complete the pass. Just outstretched. Bryson stretches out, lays out to try and grab the thing just past his fingertips.
Yep. Now we've got the wind at our back. Let's see if we can make a little bit of a difference here.
And we got a short. Oh, yeah, that's nice punt. They're going to take it. That's going to be McIntyre. And Lee's going to drive by him. Oh, and he's going to get hit by Aaron Davis out of bounds at about the 50-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, so they're going to have decent starting field position again. And
that's one thing we've been talking about this year, too, is field position. And you go to your special teams and you say, hey, let's use that to our advantage. And so far tonight, it's just not been working out, whether we've been kicking into the wind or we're deep, and a good return.
Right. And we got to give our special teams a lot of credit. Our kicking game, punting game have been strong all year. Our coverage teams have been strong all year. Some games better than others, but that's been the key for a lot of our wins. And so
it has been
something we really need to be here tonight because this is a good club and
has to show up.
We've got to get some decent field position on some of these.
That's going to be Vondra, and he's got speed. You can see how much speed he's got. And again, all of those backs have speed, and you can see them when they get around that outside. And they're, it's
first down.
I remember that's a 10-yard run, yeah.
And again, you heard me say it in the first quarter. You have to take a different pursuit angle against people with this kind of speed.
Yep.
And when Bagley gets around the corner,
Vondra gets around the corner,
he's going to get to the edge.
Yeah,
and the angles that you took maybe against some other kids, they don't work against these guys.
No, they don't. And the best defense against that is to try to seal up that outside. He's going outside. You got to try to make some traffic happen in there.
Turn it back into where your defense is at.
This is right up the middle, number 42.
There's Roshheisen.
That's Roshheisen. Yep. Big gain on that one from Roshheisen,
brought
the
down
fullback.
by Bryson Clarkson.
Gain of about 5+, about 5 yards on that one. Nine minutes left on the clock in this here second quarter. Broadhead-Judah on the move. Again, they started out with a really nice field position. Jerry at the 50. They're sitting at about the 35, looks like. About the 35-yard line right now. That 10-yard pickup from Vondra first, and then Roshheisen there with a 5-yard pickup. Here's the motion. It's going to go to Vondra. Nice lead block.
Yeah, and you ask yourself, just what's one big difference? They haven't beaten themselves so far. They've got the one holding penalty,
and that's it,
and no turnovers, and so.
And moving the ball up the field.
That's how you get positive things. And,
I think the only negative play they had was on that pass play where they had to pick it up off the ground, and that's been it. They've been marching ahead. So Vondra on that carry. And I was going to say Makos was out in front in that lead block, and he did a really nice job to get Vondra that edge. Power back formation here.
Just a real tight formation.
It's going to be a handoff to Bagley. Oh, and he gets labeled by
Connor Ellenson.
But not till after getting the first down.
Yep, they're going to move the sticks again.
Yep. It's a good run. Good tackle, though, by Connor Ellenson. Came in and stuck him.
Yep.
They needed to get to the 30, and they got to the 29.
In this subsectional, or whatever you refer to it as, the WIA playoff here, this is a number 2 seed. The Brodhead-Judah Cardinals came in as the number 2 seed. So last week they played Watertown.
Little confusion there on that one.
Last week they played Watertown Lutheran Prep, I believe.
Yeah.
And beat them right here.
Yep.
While we were back home playing Prairie du Chien at our stadium.
Bryce Hiller's in on that tackle.
Nice play. Really nice play coming
Looked
up
like
low.
a little bit of confusion on that handoff between Hosley and I couldn't quite see who it was. I think it might have been Bigley on that carry, but a little bit of confusion on where he was supposed to go on that one, it looked like.
Yeah, they haven't had, you mentioned the pass in the flats that was for a loss. They haven't had too many negative yard plays.
Right. Yeah, even the plays that don't look like they're turning into something, they're still getting at least, some sort of positive yardage. So
yeah, part of that north-south running game,
Yep.
and then of course they
run it to the outside.
They got the speed to get to
Yep.
the edge.
And there's your
That's
there's your
Bagley
holes.
again. Third and about 2.
Yeah, third and about 2 on that one. So gain of about 6 on that play. And again, just run, Jerry.
Yep.
They're a very run-heavy offense, and it shows. I mean, you can see why. It's working for them. It's bread and butter.
Yep.
I refer to the remember the Titans line that Denzel Washington says, just like Novocaine, give it time. It always works.
Yeah. It's up front. They're very strong, and that's something that I do remember from week 4. Their offensive line is special.
Here comes a pass. Looking to the flat and overthrown. Yep.
So it might have done us a little bit of a favor by throwing there.
Yeah.
3rd and 2. Obviously, 4-down situation here. They're deep enough into our territory. They're in near the 20 here.
Yeah.
So they're going to obviously go for it. And I know their kicker's pretty decent, but this would be a pretty good poke for him
and going into the win.
I'm sure they're going to go for it here.
4th and 2 here. Yep, they're going to bring Vondra back in, and then they're also going to bring in number 2, Brady Roscheisen. 5:58 left on the clock.
Be a huge stop, Hornets. Right
yeah,
here.
if they could get
we
this
could
one.
really use a big play here.
Yeah, this would be it.
Come off that football and make a play.
Let's
get
in the
a stop
backfield.
right here. Yeah, he's going to keep
it.
This Hosley just keeping the ball.
Oh!
He's trying to pitch it.
He threw it. He was going down, and then, holy cow.
Overhand pitch.
He saw Bagley to the outside, knew he was going to get tackled, was able to toss that ball out to Bagley, and he gets the first down. Wow.
Kind of a dangerous
It is
thing,
a dangerous, but it worked out well for him.
Yeah, but he had the first down.
He did.
If he just tucks the ball away and goes down, on a 4th and 2, you just want the first down. You don't want to turn the ball over in that situation. He ended up making a nice play. Don't get me wrong.
I'm
not dissing what he did. He just, I think I'd have had him tuck it and take the first down. And,
you got the first down, so just go down.
Gives us 4 new fresh downs, you know, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, he squirted it out of there. Guy had him tied up. And
looks like they're about the 14-yard line. Motion play here. Up the middle, that's going to be Roscheisen. Met first by Bryson Clarkson and then swallowed up by a host of other Hornets. Gain of about 3 on that one, it looks like, Jerry.
Yep, he ran right off the tail of the motion back.
Yep.
They brought that motion back in, and he cracked down, and he went right off his tail into that 7 hole and got some positive yards out of it. 2nd down at about 7.
And that's the thing, the motion that they put in here, it's not always the motion guy is getting the ball. Sometimes that motion guy is going to be your lead block. And then when you can start opening up those holes like that, like they're doing, that's when the yardage is there. And we haven't had a stop to it yet.
It gives you some advantage on the angles, blocking angles. And we got our 2nd timeout for Broadhead-Judah with 5:06 to go in the half.
14-0, ball sitting on the 11-yard line. 2nd down and 7 when we come back. Going to thank our sponsors again this evening. It's our junior parents. There's the players there. You can see those boys. Brian and Katie Pauls, Kirk and Shelly Stibbe. Jarrett and Susan McDonald, Mark and Shelly Chambers. Terry and Tammy Thuman, Billy and Jamie Jones, Aaron and Stacy Umbihan, Wendy Young, Darren and Sheila Buchholz, and Brian and Michelle Brown. I want to thank those folks. And again, all of our sponsors this entire year. It's been awesome to have those folks helping us out, bringing this to you guys. We apologize for the kind of slow start. We had things all set up, and then it was like, what the heck happened?
Yeah.
Kind of lost some volume and started a new channel, but we're back at it now. So we're glad that you guys are joining us here this evening.
Yeah, Broadhead-Judah, a lot of kids in the program. If you look at their sideline, there's a lot of players.
Yeah.
A lot of kids. So
a lot of red shirts there on that sideline.
Yep, a lot of young-looking kids too. So
you bet.
obviously they got bright future ahead with that as well. So
You bet. Rashad Smith checking in from Kenosha. $177 on right now, Jerry, so that's good news.
yeah.
Keep tuning in, folks. Looking for the pass over the top, and it's almost picked off. That was Connor Ellenson. Oh, man, he was looking for that pick. Got in front of the ball, got some hands on it, just couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, you know,
They sold that run really, really well.
He does.
Man. Yeah.
He does a super job on that safety spot.
I was a little behind.
He's really excellent at reading at that safety position, and that's why he's so good back there.
Yeah.
Jim Leonard finalist,
Right.
and very deservingly so. I mean, this kid has had a heck of a year as our safety, and
Yeah, he has.
and the plays that he's made, and you've seen a few tonight even
Right.
already. Just a force to be reckoned with on the defensive side
Yeah,
of the football.
all over the green.
He really
back
is.
there. 233 viewers, Jerry.
Wow,
233, nice.
that's great to hear.
Love to see that. Here's a handoff right up the
Bagley.
middle. No, that was
that-
Roshheisen.
That was okay.
Roshheisen didn't get much. Got about a yard. I think it gave him about a yard on that. So that's going to bring up 4th down. And let's see what they do. It's about 4th and 5, for a long 4 or 5 yards here.
Yep.
Coach
Coach is
call
talking
4th
to
and 5. Yep.
Coach is talking to Hosley here. Kind of decide he might end up using his 3rd timeout.
Maybe. No, brings him in. Danisha Smith, Jesse Ewing, Gail Lois, Albert DeDune, Brandon Davis, Teresa Carlson, Mick Cosgrove, Ruth Forehand, Truesdale. Thanks, you guys, for checking in. We really appreciate it. So 4th and 5.
Back
They're going
to
to go back
pass.
for the pass. Looking for it. Past the end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown. Holy smokes. That's Vondra on the catch. Wow.
Very well thrown ball. Nice grab in the corner of the end zone.
Put it right where he needed to.
Yep.
Wow. That thing was on a string too, Jerry.
Looked like maybe a little crossing pattern,
Yep.
because they did have the younger Bagley out here at the whiteout, and
Yeah.
they just brought Vondra underneath, and
Stretched out, secured that ball.
yeah, made a really nice catch.
Nice pitch and catch. So you're looking at 20-0 right now. 4:11 left in the first half. Hornets got to get some offense going here. Man. Broadhead-Judah's showing you though why they're seated the way they. And actually, Jerry, we were talking about this, whether they should have been the 1 or the 2. And I mean, there's always debate about who's going to be where and seating meetings and all of that stuff. But the way that they've been playing this year, man,
Yeah,
they're quite the team. Well-oiled machine. They do what they do, and they do it well.
yeah. This is very reminiscent of what we saw in Week 4.
Yeah.
Just they don't make a lot of mistakes.
No.
And when you put that together with the type of talent they've got, and
Right.
the type of execution they use on the offense and defensive end, they're tough to beat.
They're pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Pretty darn impressive. And
So we just got to get something sustained on offense
Right.
here. We got a little over 4 minutes to go in the half. Get a good return here, get us some good field position, and just kind of. I tell you what, if you could drive and score here, get some momentum going into the halftime.
it's a different game, yeah.
You can make a different game out of this right
Yep.
here. So far the field position has been in the favor of Brodhead-Judah.
Tremendously.
And they've made us pay for it.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they've been pretty good with capitalizing on that field position. So let's see if we can get something back here. Nate Fogo and Daishan Lee back. Clarson's the next one up. And Hosley will be kicking into the wind, and it feels like it just kind of kicked up there just a little bit now, Jerry.
Yeah,
So
he kicked one earlier out of the end zone. I don't think he's going to do that in this direction.
no, I don't think so, unless it gets a really nice roll, a really nice bounce.
And he is
There's
a good
the kick.
And he is a good kicker.
Yeah,
but
not
that
bad at
win,
all.
that win makes a big
Bryson
difference.
Clarkson grabbing the ball, looking for a seam, and there he goes. Getting up to about the 30-yard line. I think, Jerry, that might be our best field position.
I was just going to say, I think that's probably our best starting point to this start, and hopefully we can generate some first downs here and get something going, and maybe hit a big play right before the end of the half here. That
Yeah.
would be sweet.
Yeah, getting this into the end zone would be tremendous. A shot in the arm for us. Looks like we got Daishan Lee in the backfield now instead of Bryce Hillers. Bosworth to the top, Clarkson to the bottom. I formation. It's going to go to Davis, straight up the middle. He's going to get a yard or so. Again, trying to exploit those A gaps and B gaps. A quick hitter, Jerry, you know, to get in there and get moving. Yep. So 2
run
yards
the ball,
in that.
run the ball behind our horses with, you know, T Boogie and Tyler Brown in there, and and trying to take advantage of that, and it's worked really well so far. We've had some pretty good gains.
Well, everything's been positive on those, yeah. All right, this time. This is going to be end around with Nate Fogel.
Yep,
he's going to find some room. There we go. Getting the speed going. And you can see how fast Butke is.
Yep.
He is following him. And, man, he's a big kid, but he has got wheels, too.
He can run.
Yes, he can. Nate Fogel with a huge
That's
pickup.
a big play.
Wow, that was tremendous.
Nice little play on a little counter action.
And they're going to call him out at the 40.
Yep, that's what we've needed this.
Yeah, that was the shot in the arm that we definitely needed. Man, oh man, 3:24 left in the clock. Huge first down, humongous.
Yep. Let's make this hurt.
Yeah, we got to do something with this.
You know,
Broadhead-Judah a little bit late.
Doesn't really look like they're ready.
Let's go to Aaron Davis. That was nice 5-yard gain.
He almost broke that.
Good gain there by Aaron Davis, 5 yards. Looks like we're kind of getting a little bit of hurry-up offense here too, a little faster.
Yep.
And I believe that's Zach Hillers, number 5. Yep, coming in. He's going to come to the bottom of your
spark
screen.
here, and you know what? I mean,
little momentum, little juice. Yeah, take a little of that momentum away from them and get it on our side. Another handoff to Aaron Davis. He's going to gain about 1 or so.
Yep, now they've got Hosley playing some defense.
Yeah, and again, that kid is a horse.
3rd down and about 3.
And they're right back up to the ball. Going to get the line set. Handoff this time to Daishan Lee. And he's going to be really close to that first down.
Yeah.
Wow, is he?
Obviously,
that's
4 down territory. They're calling 4th down. 4 down territory here anyway.
Yep, calling him just short of the, man, from the spot, it sure does look like he's close.
It sure does, doesn't it?
Well, the spot looks like he's got the first down, but the marker looks.
Yep, I think the marker's just beyond the 30, and the ball's just short of the 30. So
huge 4th down here.
We do a lot with Connor up the middle right here, a lot with just
there
a push.
Is. And that's a first down.
Yep.
There's your first down. Boy, did we need that. Sustaining the drive, sustaining the drive. Here we go.
Broadhead's yelling that the ball's loose, but.
Yep. First down, Richland Center.
Yeah, nothing special on that spot either.
No kidding.
But we got it, and that's what matters. First and 10. We'll
so just inside the 30-yard line.
So we started on the 30, and now we're on their 30. So that's what we needed to do. Just under 2 minutes and counting. We've got all 3 of our timeouts left. So.
And again, got to keep the momentum going. And I haven't seen Hillers out there, Jerry.
Yeah, I
see him on the sideline over there between Starks, and I think that might be looking for the pass. Ellenson trying to do something with this. And I bet you that's going to be a holding call.
Yeah, you never know on this one, and illegal
and
man downfield.
So whistles happening.
Coming from this far side, it's hard to say.
Let's see what the
if
call
it is a hold, he had a really better look at it than what we did, and we're pretty far away, but he wasn't much farther.
It's on the defense. It's on Broadhead-Judah.
Holding on defense, okay.
Okay.
I was going to say, it had to be something different because he was way away from where you would expect to find a holding call.
Right.
On the offense.
Yeah, on an offense. Yeah, that's what I was wondering about that. And so that should be a first down, 1st and 10 from the 20. Again, Jerry keeping the drive sustained. We got a $1:33 and counting right now. If we can punch this thing into the end zone before the halftime, that's a huge momentum builder.
Use our timeouts. And
Aaron Davis on the carry, and he's not going to get anything there.
Better use one right here.
Yep, that'd be a good time to hit that timeout.
Get that clock stop. Where are we at? 20-yard line?
Yep, right at the 20-yard line. And that was, I believe that was Hosley in on that tackle.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job. And like I said, the first quarter he wasn't even playing in the defense. So we're down to about a minute, just over a minute to go here.
$1.05.
2nd down and 10. We picked up nothing on that first play.
Yeah. All right, so let's see what happens here. 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. Pistol formation. Ellenson looking to throw. And there's the throw. Sam Bosworth. Right off of his fingertips.
Right off his hand. Nice ball.
Man. Boy, you complete that one. That's a TD there, Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had him there, and he threw into double coverage, but Sam had a step.
So that'll stop the clock. 51 seconds to go. Third down and 10.
So 10-yard line gets us a first down, but again, you got to be looking to get this thing knocked into the end zone here to really kind of keep the momentum going into the halftime, and we'll see what happens here. Ellenson under center, I formation. Pitch out to Dyshawn Lee. It's going to get a lead block by Aaron Davis. Hold on to that ball and goes out of bounds. That'll stop the clock again, Jerry. Gain of about 4 or 5 on that one, it looks like.
46 seconds to go. Fourth down, though.
Yep.
So we've got to make a decision. I see Hiller's coming onto the field, so.
We're going to see if we can get 3 points up on the board here.
Try to get some.
Sorry, I put that behind me, Matt. Yeah, it's all right.
So he's spotting the ball at about the 23, 24-yard line, so this will be about a 33-yarder. Wind at his back.
Yep. Here's a snap. The hold. Kick is up, and it's good.
It is good.
Oh, it was ugly. It just didn't look like he got much on it.
No, it didn't look like he got it all, and it didn't almost look like somebody got a hand on it. Maybe it was kind of a low kick.
Yeah, low trajectory on it, but it
made
puts
it
points
over
on
the crossbar and down through the uprights, and that's all we need. 21-3, coming away with points on that last drive.
Yep.
And we talked about that before when we took over at the 30. It'd be nice to just drive it down, get something out of this.
Get something on the board.
Get some momentum going into halftime.
Yeah.
41 seconds to go till the half, and we'd rather have it be 7, but we'll take the 3, and hopefully we can hold on here and regroup at halftime and make some necessary adjustments and come back and play a good, strong second half. A 33-yard field goal by Bryce Hillers. Everything looked good, too, as far as the snap and the hold, and it really wasn't a whole lot of pressure there. He did, but you're right. It did look like he didn't really
get all of it. Kind of a low trajectory on that kick. It was end over end. I mean, all of that looked good. It was just like he just didn't get much under it or whatever. But all right, so here comes Hillers on the kick. Here comes the approach. And there's the kick. End over end. That's going to drop, and it's going to roll, and they're going to pick it up at about the 12. Vondra on the carry. Boy, good return. Holy smokes.
He picked
it up at the 12 and about the 32. That's about a 20-yard gain, 35. Yeah, that was a nice return. Yeah. Again, Jerry, field position for them has been really, really in their favor. They, let's see, 35-yard. This actually might be their worst starting field position, to be honest with you.
It could be.
Yeah, it's been that field position has definitely been in their favor, as well as time of possession. They've been kind of controlling the first half here. All right, so they're going to bring it up to the line here. Vondra's going to be at the bottom of your screen, and I can't quite see. I think that's number 11, Gunnar Bagley, to the top of your screen, so maybe a passing situation here. Now they're going to run it right up the middle.
Hand off to Gabe Bagley, I believe. Nope, that was Roshheisen.
Roshheisen. Gain of about 2 or 3. And Broadhead-Judah is going to take their final timeout with 24 seconds left.
They're going to use their last one, 24 seconds to go in the half.
Yep. That gives us a quick chance to thank our sponsors again tonight. Junior parents, Brian and Katie Pauls, Kirk and Shelley Stibbe, Jarrett and Susan McDonald, Terry and Tammy Thielman, Billy and Jamie Jones, Aaron and Stacey Umbihan, Wendy Young, Darren and Sheila Buchholz, Brian and Michelle Brown, and my wife and I. It kind of sounds weird to say my own name on the live stream here. Just, I don't know, I see that and I'm like, oh yeah, that's me and the wife.
No, we appreciate you very much, and we appreciate your sponsorship as well as the other class of 2023 parents. Thank you for doing that, and
see those boys on
that's
screen
why we're here, and we'd love to be able to bring this game to you. And somebody just mentioned 233 viewers. So
yeah, I'm not sure where we're sitting at right now, but at one point we had about 233. So good to see that. 238 it looks like we got right now, Jerry. Holy cow!
Cool,
great stuff. Glad we can bring this to you guys tonight.
Again, 20 seconds here. Let's just kind of keep it in front. Don't let people get behind.
Comes the passing situation. That's Bagley going down the field. Oh, and there comes a flag, another flag. And I think both of those are probably going to be holdings. But maybe offsetting, who knows? 15 seconds left on the clock. 2 flags came in, and I don't know if they're for the same penalty or 2 different penalties. Well, now we're holding on offense. And Hosley there was trying to you could see Bagley was trying to get that seam route down the end, and he was looking for him. He wanted to target him, but he was being covered. I think that was Dyshawn Lee on the coverage there on Bagley. And he was trying to make some moves, get himself some space, and as he's moving around, which oftentimes happens, Jerry. I mean, you know this as well as I do. Quarterback starts moving around, changes direction, and the offensive line is trying to protect that guy, and you'll have a hold every once in a while.
And this is a situation. Oh, they're just going to. This is the
half.
half.
Just going to let it run out.
All
yep.
Right. 21-3 halftime score. Where'd you like me at? Out of the way.
Yeah, I think we're all right. All right, so 21-3 coming to you guys from Broadhead-Judah tonight on a blustery Friday evening.
Yeah, it definitely is. And
I think the only thing we got going for us, Jerry, right now is that the booth is right here, right?
It is.
blocking the wind for us.
The booth is north of us, and that's where the wind's coming at us. So,
and it's a stiff one.
Unless we stick our nose around to see the scoreboard,
yeah,
we're kind of out of the wind a little bit, which is kind of nice. And
yep.
Interesting first half of football. We got to see a little bit more of the same what we saw in week 4. A team that's got a lot of athleticism, a lot of speed. They don't make a lot of mistakes.
I would say that's probably their highlight.
Yeah, it is, and as a result, they put up 21 on our defense in the first half. Obviously, we turned the ball over and put our defense in a tough situation on the second score. So,
right,
but they really do a nice job, and offense, defense, and special teams, they're pretty solid all the way around.
Yep. Yeah, it's been tonight has been kind of that we've been talking about reminiscent back to the week 4 game. Where we kind of saw what Broadhead-Judah is capable of, what they put on display. And, what the thing that we've been hanging our hats on all year has been our defense. And not to say anything that our offense hasn't come around or our special teams hasn't done their work, but that's been kind of our staple week in and week out has been defensive presence. And right now it's the halftime adjustments that we always talk about, and those are some of the things we're going to have to take a look at to see what it is that we can do against this powerhouse, and they really are, and they're versatile. They've got plenty of people to run into the backfield. We've talked about Vondra, and we've talked about Bagley and Roshheisen, and then
just a high number of skilled athletes.
And the tosses tonight too. The throws have been good by Hosley.
Their wideouts are solid, and they can come at you so many different ways, and that makes them tough, and that's why they're where they're at.
Right.
So again, our defense has done some good things. One thing we would really like to see is somebody's gonna have to come up with a play, maybe get a turnover, spark the ball that way, and get our offense going a little bit. And we saw that we were able to move the ball on them that last drive.
Right.
And even prior drives, we had our moments where we moved the ball, moved the sticks a couple times, and just again that word sustain is the big one. Trying to sustain a drive against a good quality defense like Broadhead has, it makes it a little harder. And the thing is, we need a big play. We need something to spark us, whether it be a turnover, a big play on offense, maybe a big hitter down the seam or whatever, to just kind of get us back into it mentally a little bit. Yeah,
and that one that we saw to Nate Fogo when he came around, and got that, it was about a 20-yard gain or so. That's a big spark that, on that last drive that gets us down there, gets us some points on the board. The other thing I was thinking of on the defensive side of things is when Brenninger got in there for that sack.
Yeah.
If we can have more pressure on Hosley, I think that can kind of start to disrupt some things. But again, if you had mentioned this before, you got to take different angles on this team because they're going to run those edges, and they run them really darn well. Whether they run, I've got the lead blockers out there, but then they started to make some adjustments too. Jerry did Broadhead-Judah on the offensive side of the ball with those runs, where now they're getting their motion guys to come in and to be a lead block, and then the backers coming in right behind them, and they're finding the gaps.
Right, and you look at this team, and again, we've said a lot of positive things about them because that's who they are.
Right,
and you don't come into this game 10-0. Number 2 seed in the region for this particular tournament, without having some quality.
Right.
And so they just have a lot of great players. They seem to mesh well with each other.
Yep.
They're well coached. They kind of have it all. And so, we're kind of banking on forcing the issue, trying to make them make a mistake.
Right.
And everybody can make mistakes. I don't care who you are.
Exactly.
And so if we can force something early in this third quarter, get ourselves back in the football game, you could see some really interesting things in the second half.
I would agree with that, and that's the thing is that you just mentioned about trying to find what is that spark, what's going to be that catalyst to start to make that change. And I would argue the end of this game, getting it down the field. I mean, we had some really nice plays to get us a lot of yardage. We started at the 30, ended at about the 30 or so. Bryce ends up kicking in that 33-yard field goal to put some points on the board. And you got to find victories to hang your hats on.
You do.
That's got to be one that they're going to bring into halftime and talk about that.
No doubt. And the word we use with our team, and have used it a lot, Coach Troxel uses it all the time, is how resilient they are. And they really are. And, up until that point, we'd lost most of the battles.
Yeah.
We're hopefully not going to lose the war, but we had lost most of the battles up to that point. And all of a sudden, we just bounced back, had a couple of big plays, that one you mentioned with Nate on the big little counter run there.
Right.
And then, got down in deep into the territory and kicked the field goal. And that is a win. We won that battle, and it's the one going into halftime, something you can build on.
Right, exactly.
And hopefully we come out of this out in the second half, we kick to them, and hopefully we can get a stop.
That's
right
going
off
to be
the
huge.
bat.
Yeah.
Hopefully we should have the wind at our back, and make something happen in this third quarter. The third quarter is going to be the difference if we're going to make a run on these guys for this ball game.
Right. It's going to have to be one of those things where again, when you make those adjustments, you're going to have to start keying in on some of those things. And you and I both know that coaching staff is exactly what they're talking about.
Sure.
Hey, here's the things that we need to key on. Here's what we need to stop. Here's the gaps we need to plug up, so on and so forth. And so when you can try to make those adjustments, and when those adjustments work, and then Broadhead-Judah they've got to start to recreate some things and whatnot that can create a little havoc. And those are some of the things that you want to try and say, hey, if we can do that, now we can start getting back into this thing and start putting up some points on the board. So.
And we got to start winning some of those battles one-on-one too.
Right.
Some of the interior line play, I know they're good. I mean,
they are.
You've talked about the Butke kid a lot, and he's the real deal. He is. But again, it'd be nice to win some of those battles in there, and help our offense, move the ball a little bit more consistently.
Right.
And really make things a little bit easier as we play, call plays and try to get things to work together and to put that sustained drive together.
Exactly. And one of the things I was going to mention when you just said sustained drive is that, leaving our offense on the field a heck of a lot more. The way you keep them from scoring is, hey, you don't let their offense on the field, right?
Right.
So if our offense is staying on the field and our defense can get in there and go a 3 and out, or maybe they get a first down or whatever, but then you get them off the field so they don't get that opportunity to score, that makes a tremendous difference.
And think of all the different ways that a big play could make a difference. I think about a pick six.
Right.
Or, because, we were close on a couple of those.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, I mean,
So
we've had some deflected passes. Even down in the end zone there, Connor Ellenson looked like he was going to get his hands on one.
Yeah.
And then you saw that Hosley ended up having that connection to Vondra in the corner of the end zone, which, again, can't take anything away from this Broadhead-Judah team. They've got a lot of weapons, and whether that's on the run or whether that's – and they're showing a lot more pass tonight than we've been used to seeing with them. So, again, another aspect of their game to work on and to exploit. And so we just got to buckle down on that on the defense.
Yeah, we do. And again, knowing our kids the way we do, they're not going to hang their heads.
No.
They're going to come back fighting in this second half.
Right.
And that's all you can do. That's what you got to do. And, maybe make some adjustments in terms of positioning and personnel maybe, here and there just to give us a different wrinkle. And sometimes that's all it takes. And then getting that spark, getting that thing that really, like you said, the catalyst that kind of kicks us in gear and gets us going. Right now, we really haven't had too much of that.
Right, yeah.
So.
You were talking about big plays and whatnot and maybe kind of switching those things up. One of the things I did see in that second quarter towards the end, you did notice Zach Hiller's coming in at that receiving spot. You see number 5 on the field a little bit. We know last week he had a really, really big game. Coming in for when Bryce had those injuries with the leg and whatnot. So Zach comes in, steps up, doing the kicking and the field goals and things of that nature. But then on top of that, if you can kind of put those position players in there where maybe you're kind of, you're just adjusting things like that. We hadn't seen that play to Nate Fogo at all in the first half until they ran it towards the end of the second quarter. Right. What does that show you then going into the third quarter? Are those things that are the things that you can capitalize on? And then the other thing that I wanted to bring up is that one of the things I was noticing, and Coach had talked about this, those quick hitters, if they can get those quick hitters to Davis in either the A gap or B gap right away, getting up. The other thing that I haven't seen yet, though, tonight, Jerry, that Coach had talked about was maybe kind of hitting some quick slants and whatnot, getting the ball out of Ellinson's hands fast on a crossing route or a slant or something like that, 5, 6, 7-yard pickups, those kinds of passes. We'll see what they come out with in the second half.
Yeah, most definitely. And the only, I guess, my only question mark that I have, and you mentioned it, in that last scoring drive, Bryce Hillers was off the field, and we didn't actually see Bryce step on the field until it was time for the field goal.
Correct.
So you wonder, is it just giving him a blow, or did he get dinged up?
Yeah.
You know, he's out there playing both sides of the football, plus special teams.
Right.
You know, it's late in the season. This is game number 11.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you know, everybody's dinged up. You know, and when you carry the ball as much as he does, and you're involved in so many plays like he is, he's probably playing with some ouches and trying to get through some of those things.
When you say that, it reminded me of after the game last week. I went up to him after the game and I asked him how he was doing, and I said, "How you feeling?" And he said, "It hurts a little bit all over." Hurts a little bit all over, he said. And I get it. I mean, you know, like you're just saying, the kid's a workhorse. Yeah. He's on all three facets of, you know, special teams, offense, defense. He's doing all of those things. Yep. And it takes a toll after a while.
Yeah, and it, you know, those injuries, they never really truly get a chance to heal.
Right.
You know, and I remember the old days when I played, and it's, you know, you get those sores and stuff from getting rubbed into the ground and stuff, and they never heal.
Right.
Not until basketball season, you know.
It's usually after basketball.
Yeah.
That's an old program line. Are you hurt or are you injured? You know,
hurt
you can still play. And you know it just as well as I do. Like you're just saying, even if you were hurt, the heart there is for these kids. They want to be on that field. They want to give it all that they got.
Yeah,
you know?
And that's part of playoff football. And you know, Broadhead-Judah, I'm sure they've got some guys with some aches and pains and stuff too. And it's just part of the game. And when you go out and you battle for this many weeks in a row, you know, last year we had the same situation. There were some differences because there were some breaks in there because of COVID. We had some weeks off, and then, you know, then we rolled into a kind of almost like a second part of our season.
No kidding.
And that was clear into November.
Right.
So we were dealing with some different temperatures. Yeah. And we're almost into November tonight, but it's just it isn't really that bad out here tonight. It's more the wind than anything.
Yeah.
If you could cut the wind, it would actually be a very nice ball game for October 29th or whatever it is. So when you're this close to Halloween, you're going to get some interesting weather. So.
You know, Halloween usually means rain, so we're cross our fingers we don't have any of that tonight.
Yeah, I'm glad we don't have that. So we did have it yesterday. So.
Yep. And that was enough of it.
The field's in good condition, and none of that stuff is really a factor. But you've heard us talk about the wind out of the north, and
and it's there.
It's enough that it's going to affect the ball when you throw it. It's going to affect the ball when you kick it.
Yeah, we saw that already. Yep. All right, folks, we're going to step away for just a little bit. We'll be back with you in about 2 minutes.
All right.
Stick with us.
Thanks, guys.
Something dialed up for the defense the second half.
You know, the thing is, and again, you can like we were talking with them last night. A lot of confidence. These guys are beat up and stuff. But what you can't account for is you can watch a lot of film, but speed doesn't show up on film. It just for some reason it's just different.
Well, or when it does, it really does, right? Like you just notice it then. But yeah, it's.
They just have a little bit of an edge on most of the teams that they play.
And you know, they started out tonight, those edge runs, those outside edge runs, freaking good at it. And they have great lead blocking, you know, whether it's Bucky or it's that Matthias kid or what's that 57, that Makos? Yeah, that Makos kid. I mean, they got athleticism. And then you got these little guys. I'm thinking that McIntyre kid, what's that number 2, that little number 2, that Saunders? They're playing secondary. They're playing safety safety positions, they're doing a hell of a job.
Number 3 is a short little guy.
Yeah, that's it. Saunders.
Inside position.
I know. Right. Yeah. I mean, and yeah, Foster's going to go on defense. It's like, wow. But again, Allenson was thrown into the wind on that too, and I'm not saying that changed the trajectory of the ball, but it very well could have.
The one thing me too, maybe. Hey, the one thing that we've always talked about.
Right? He always goes down there. Oh, a little bit, but not that. Yeah.
I'm coming back down. I'll meet you.
Sure. Not that I'm cold, but I don't want to get there either.
Before my dad had his stroke,
Yeah, before it gets, you said it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. I used to hang out there quite a bit when I was, yeah.
Pressured and coming right at that. That's how you call it. You have to do something to take the pressure off. That play when we got in, it was the second play where Connor Allison kept the ball and got like a 6-yard loss.
Right. Yeah. I know.
So, these are the ones that were in my coat from last year.
Are they still warm?
Yeah, we used to hang out at
All right. I think once you keep the plastic, it's good.
You sure?
You guys are all right?
Because I got more.
Oh, yeah, I was too. Absolutely.
oh, I know, it's so fun.
You know the something? My brother.
Not yet.
My brother is
Nah, not that crap. I go for that. Cow. Oh, spotted cow? Oh, yeah. That's the stuff.
Play a little bit.
You're used to that other stuff.
Ridiculous.
No, none of that. To kill you? No thanks. No thanks. Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
You got it?
I'd be all right with that. Do you want to go back on this one quickly before we get back on, or what are you guys thinking?
Sure.
Or you don't have to. We can just go with like sponsor and the camera, the field cam. And then a buck and a half.
I'm going back over here, buddy.
Big roster.
JV, I heard.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we're ready. Go ahead.
Check. Yep, we're red.
Jerry, you got something?
Yeah, I'm good.
Check. There we go. Yep, that's good right there. All right, we're back with you, folks. 40 seconds left of the halftime. Hornets will be kicking off, going south. Dang, I was just looking at the sideline here. The the Broadhead-Judah quarterback Hosley fired one down on the side. He was playing catch with somebody, and somebody stepped in front of that ball, and they felt it.
Oh, they got to wear it.
Little sideline injury there. All right, so the Hornets are going to be kicking off with the wind at their back. And that'll be Hillers out there. And it looks like we've got
Vondra.
Is that Vondra 20 or yeah, 20 Vondra, yep.
And
Gunner
Bagley,
the younger one, yep. And then on the other side, it looks like that might be Saunders or McIntyre. I can't quite tell. McIntyre, number 6, McIntyre.
So
After this, I was going to say, Jerry, after this kickoff, we want to show you the Gary Schwartz Players of the Week coming up here soon, right after this kickoff. Here comes Hillers with the approach. Oh, a low liner. Wobbly ball. It's going to get down to Vondra. He's got a hold of it, trying to find a place to go. And Dyshon
nice
Lee.
play by Dyshon Lee.
And it looks like I can't see who else was in there with him. That might have been Tyler Woodman, number 80.
Yep.
And Bryson Clarkson and Teague Perkins.
Yep, good gang tackle.
Nice
But I
job.
want to comment on the play that Dyshon made. He was fighting off the block of Gunnar Bagley, and got rid of the block and made
the tackle.
And made the tackle. Basically, got underneath and
Yep.
and then had some help up above with some of those names you just mentioned.
And this is Broadhead-Judah's worst starting field position. Worst starting field
Pretty good
position.
coverage,
And there's
pretty
another
good
28.
kick.
Yep, it was a really nice kick.
Yep.
All right, so they're going to spread a couple of guys out to the bottom of the screen. Looks like Vondra and Bagley. Kind of offset back formation. And it's going to be a handoff right at the middle.
There's Colton Stibbe, I
Colton
believe.
Stibbe, yeah, in on that tackle. And that was Roshheisen, I believe, on the carry.
Yep.
Gain of about 1 or 2.
Really nice
Our-
play there.
Gary Schwartz Players of the Week this week. Sam Bosworth, Teague Perkins, and Connor Ellenson. All three of those boys getting some mention as the Gary Schwartz Players of the Game from last week's.
They played really well against Prairie du Chien. Came up big. We had some other kids do that as well. So I'm sure that was a tough decision.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of kids that played well last week.
Yeah, there could have been a whole list of names on that Gary Schwartz Player of the Game.
But
Oh.
those guys are very deserving. Here's
There's
Bagley.
See you later. Gone. Gone. That was a 70-yard gallop.
Yeah.
Too easy.
One
Block. It was one block. It
Yep.
just took one block.
A big time hole, and gone.
Wow. And again, Jets.
That's a guy that you don't want to get behind you because
Nope.
you're not going to catch him.
Nope. Yikes.
Kind of we saw that up at Richland Center. He's got that combination of quickness and speed.
Yeah.
He's quick to the hole, and then he's got
Accelerate.
that burst too. He can really get moving.
Yep.
So that's not the way we wanted the third quarter to start out.
No, it really wasn't, Jerry. We were kind of hoping for a 3 and out, and instead they get 6 and looking to tack on one more for the point after try here.
Yep. So Hosley on for the kick, and at the 11:05 mark, 27-3 Cardinals.
55 seconds. Well, actually, probably about 50 seconds for them to score because at least 5 seconds on the kickoff. Kick is up and right down the pike.
Yeah.
And again, folks at home, we're telling you this is why Broadhead-Judah was seated where they were seated. They're a strong, strong team. Very strong. And they're putting it all together tonight. They're having fun down there in the sideline. Yikes. Well, this break in the action gives us a chance to thank our sponsors again tonight. Tonight's sponsors, class of 2023 football player parents, Brian and Katie Pauls, Kirk and Shelley Stibbe, Jarrett and Susan McDonald, Mark and Shelley Chambers, Terry and Tammy Thielman, Billy and Jamie Jones, Aaron and Stacy Umbihan, Wendy Young, Darren and Sheila Buchholz, Brian and Michelle Brown. I want to thank those folks, and you can see those boys, the junior boys right there. Fairly good-looking group of kids there.
Yeah.
Smiles on their faces.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can hear down below here, this Broadhead-Judah crowd is firing these kids up with good reason. Here comes the kick, the approach. High end over end, and it's going to be Nate Fogo on the return. Following Dyshon Leaf, looking for a seam. It's a nice return. Probably our best starting field position. Looking like at about the 30, see where they start us out at here. About the 30, 31, give or take.
Let's see if we can put something together right here.
Yeah,
Just,
going to have to.
you know.
You got to answer that. You know what I mean, Jerry? I mean, it's
Yeah, it is.
You don't want to say desperation, and I'm not trying to say that at all whatsoever. But when you got a 28-3 game, you got to find something that's going to come back to keep you in this thing. And so let's hope this is going to be it right here, this drive. Handoff, Aaron Davis. Gain of a few.
Tackle by
Butke on the
Bucky.
tackle, as well as number 51. I think that's number 50, Struley, C.J. Struley, junior inside linebacker. So gain of about 2 on, maybe 3 on that play. Bosworth to the top. Looks like Daishan Lee to the bottom of your screen. This handoff is going to go to Bryce Hillers, looking for a spot, and nothing doing.
Makos in the play.
Nothing doing. Butke and Makos. No gain. Actually, it looks like he lost about a half a yard. They're just, that defense is getting into those holes. So Bryce kind of shaking out that left hand there. I wonder if, you see kind of flicking his fingers around, and wondering if he kind of got maybe a little bit of a stinger. Lee and Bosworth to the bottom of your screen. Nobody to the top. Passing situation. Looking for one. Oh, man, almost picked off. Bagley was trying to grab that right out of the hands of Bryce and Clarkson. And Jerry, what we didn't need, a 3 and out.
Yeah, we didn't. Punt team is on. Bryce is back to kick. And they've got Vondra and McIntyre back deep.
Yep. And Vondra has been, we've seen his speed tonight.
Yeah,
he's been a heck of a player for him. And he's a junior, it looks like. So things looking good for Broadhead-Judah for speed in the backfield. Ellenson with the punt, or I'm sorry, Ellenson. Hillers with the punt, and they're going to let it drop, and it's going to go down there. Get down there. Don't let it, there you go. And let it roll there. That's where it should drop.
Inside the 5-yard line. Now
down to the 4. That is definitely the worst field position for him. Nice punt. Bryce was kind of thinking about that one.
Yep.
Whether he was going to run that or not. And they got a couple guys in the backfield. Bryce decided to kick it away. Beautiful kick. Gets him down to the 4-yard line. So we were hoping for that 3 and out in the first series, Jerry, but let's see if we can get it done on this one. Because if we can get a 3 and out on this one, it'll give us really good field position.
Yeah, it would, and or even get a turnover right here.
That would be amazing.
That would really help. Put us in a position to punch in a score here.
Right.
So, field position, we talk about it a lot.
Yep.
This is more like it right here.
Yep.
Now you got to make it hurt.
Can you get a coaching staff down that far? Aren't they outside the bounds?
Probably stats.
Oh, maybe. Okay. Davis looking like he's trying to get in there in the. Oh, it's at a keeper, and he's going to pitch it out to Bagley, and that's going to be Bryson Clarkson in on the tackle. Wow. They faked that inside handoff, and you got Hosley running it out to the left. He rolled out to the left. Bagley's right behind him. Hosley looked like he was going to get in a little bit of trouble, pitches out to Bagley, and they are out to the 26. Gain of 22 on that play. Wow. Wheels. And we know how fast Bryson Clarkson is.
Oh, yeah.
And Bagley, wow, man, he's got some speed. He's got some jets, does that kid. Well, here would be a good time for a turnover or a pick. It's probably going to be a run, one of those sweeps. Look for the motion. And it's going to be this side, and that's going to be Vondra, it looks like, upended by, I think that was Daishan Lee, maybe? Yep, Daishan Lee on the tackle. But not after a gain of 7, nearly 8. So 2nd and 3 coming up here. Hornets just have been really struggling to find a stop here for the run game. And then when they do, if they do, Broadhead-Judah's been lighting it up in the air too.
Yeah.
Hosley's been, he's been pretty darn good tonight in the air. And coming into this game, his completion percentage wasn't tremendous, but he's making it count tonight. End around here by Vondra. And he's got a lane. Still running, still going. Finally gets knocked out of bounds. And who is that? That's Brock Lewis coming off the field, little ginger. And he's kind of favoring. I wonder if that was that same side that he had that ankle
I think it
injury
is.
on.
Looks like he's kind of favoring that
Yep.
ankle that he injured a couple weeks ago.
So that gets Broadhead-Judah out to about the 43. Not yet. Wisconsin Dells 21, Berlin nothing right now. Yeah, I got to get back on here. Sorry about that, folks. I've been a little remiss. 246 I've got for live stream viewers right now.
The Dells is another team that's 10-0 heading into the night.
Yeah, they are.
Inside counter.
And just tackle Woodwee for crying out loud. Oh, there's somebody coming back in. I think that was, I think that might have been, yeah, that was Brownie. Yep. That was Groot coming back in for that tackle. Aaron Davis is holding him up. And
Yep, Bondra on a little counter there. And,
Yep.
And we got him tied up, but didn't want to get him to the ground until Brownie came in and just smashed
yeah.
him.
Sean Rulin checking in. Albert Doon, Jeremy Husnick, Roger Brown, Noah S. checking in from Platteville. Bob.
Second down and 10. There's that Broadhead-Judah tight formation that they've been using.
Watch them to run off the edge or a lead blocker off the edge, and it's going to be out to the left side. And there he goes. Guess who?
Bagley. Nice play by Deshaun Lee, though.
Yep. But man, that kid's got wheels. Gina Clarkson, Rick Ermio, Sheila McCauley, Rylan Lundgren, and Francis Lemley all checking in. Thanks again, you folks, for checking us out tonight. But right now, Broadhead-Judah is just, they're just kind of running things the way they want to run them, Jerry.
Yep, here comes Bagley out for a breather.
He probably needs one.
Yeah, we're across the way from our Hornet fans. Looks like a pretty good contingent over there.
Yep. Traveled pretty well tonight.
Made the trip down here, 2 hours.
256 viewers right now.
Okay.
This is number 2, Saunders, and he's going to find a seam. And I'm telling you what, Jerry, all of that works, and you know this as well as I do, all of that works when your line starts pulling and finding somebody to put a hat on. And when they can do that, it doesn't matter how big or small your back is, they're going to find the seam.
Yeah.
Because Saunders is not a big kid.
No, and that's not taking anything away from their backs.
No,
Their
no,
backs
not
are-
at all.
Their backs are special, but their line really does dictate things, and you saw the big 70-yard run by Bagley. That hole, you could have drove a truck through it.
Yeah.
6 minutes and 27 seconds in the third quarter. and
Timeout here. Clarson's coming off. Maybe a equipment malfunction kind of
Officials
thing.
timeout here.
Yep, he's going to have to come off for one. So Hillers will come in to replace him. I'm guessing it must be an equipment thing. Oh, no, maybe blood. Yeah, he's grabbing his arm, so probably,
That could be too.
got gashed open a little bit or whatever. So they'll tape that up. This time it's going to be an inside run. Jeez. And that looked like Roshheisen
Yep.
on the tackle, enough for a first down. Yeah, Jerry, their offensive line is just kind of dominating the front. We just haven't been able to put up a strong wall against that yet tonight.
Yep. That, and you combine that with no turnovers and
Right. And nearly a flawless game as far
Yeah.
as penalties go. I think they've only had the 2. This is going to be Bagley to the right side. He's got some lead blocking, and I think looks like Connor Ellenson and Tyler Brown and
Nate Fogel.
Nate Fogel.
No, I take
Colton
that back.
Stibbe.
It was Colton Stibbe. Colton Stibbe was in on that too.
After a gain of 8. Man, he just gets that edge, but does Bagley. And honestly, any of those running backs that they have in the backfield, they get to the edge. They've got great lead blocking,
Yep.
and they're able to make that play.
I think the thing that impresses me the most about the kid, he's got great feet.
Yep.
He's just, you watch his feet. He sets up everything he does.
Yep.
He's just got those short, choppy little steps,
Mhm.
and then he just accelerates out of it.
Right. plants a foot in the ground and
Yeah,
is able to
he's
change
just-
direction and move north and south rather than east and west. Tyler Brown coming out right now. Again, I don't know if it's an injury thing or if it's an equipment thing, but he heads out the field. Bryce Hillers comes in. So we'll see what we kind of have here on the defensive front.
Second down and about
3, they're going to call it, but that's a heck of a short 3. I'll call it 2. Power back formation. Kind of that Y formation here. And this is going to go to, nope, it's going to be a pass and into the end zone. And guess what? Touchdown number 88, Brady Malkow for the touchdown. That was a 26-yard pitch and catch.
well, you saw him freeze the defense with the play action.
Yep, and he sold it really,
Yeah,
really
he
well.
really did. He did a nice job of selling that fake, and the receiver got behind the secondary, and he just made a nice little soft throw into the corner of the end zone and touchdown.
And he put it over his head to where our defense couldn't get it, but that Malkow was able to kind of stretch his hands up and haul it in. Jerry, everything they're doing tonight, they're doing right.
Yeah, this is the team we saw in week 4.
Yeah.
I mean, they just don't look a lot different. I mean,
No,
they do a lot of things and they do a lot of things well. And
I haven't found something yet that they haven't done well tonight,
no,
to be honest
they
with you.
just don't beat themselves.
No. Hornets trying to get in there and block a field goal and snuck it through the right upright. Does Hosley. So now we're looking at a 35-3 game.
Just under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yep. And I think maybe I'm just going to give a preemptive apology to the folks at home. If you hear a little bit of dead air time, folks, we apologize. We apologize. A little bit harder to call a game that's, you know, kind of got a wider gap in the score like this, especially when the home team or our team is down on this one. So we'll try to keep you entertained as much as we can. So, and speaking of which, definitely wanted to give some shout outs tonight to some folks that we had on our list. One of the things that we wanted to mention was a shout out to the Hornets that earned the academic All-State. That's Bryson Clarkson, Sam Bosworth, Mitchell Woodman, and Aaron Davis. 4 senior boys there. We mentioned the Gary Schwartz Players of the Week.
Wisconsin Football Coaches Association.
Yeah, that's from the Wisconsin Football Coaches Association.
Academic
Thank you.
All-State.
Yep.
So those guys just got that honor this week, and
Yep.
Congratulations to all those young men, and that's a lot to be proud of. A lot to be proud of.
We'll get to those Gary Schwartz Players of the Week right after this kickoff. Nate Fogo is going to field this. He's going to try to head back to the middle of the field. It's going to be an end around. It's going to be Bryson Clarkson, and they sniffed that out. And Bryson Clarkson took a big shot to the back on that. Broadhead-Judah had that sniffed out. That just did not develop the way that the Hornets were hoping it was going to. So back to those Gary Schwartz Players of the Week. This week we had Connor Ellenson, Teague Perkins, and Sam Bosworth with that 31-23 victory over Prairie du Chien last week. And then we're also going to get to some other folks that we wanted to give a shout out to here right after this play. Oh, here's that overload formation. This is going to be, I think, Daishan Lee on the carry.
Yeah, we used this earlier in the season.
Yep.
And homecoming game against Westfield. Westfield never adjusted.
Nope.
I'm sure that'll.
Broadhead-Judah looks like they have
I was
already.
just gonna say. Yeah, looking and pointing.
Yep. Quick hurry up offense. This one's going to come around the other way, trying to find that gap. And
Little
oh, there
counter.
comes a
There's
flag.
penalty flag. Is that Aaron Davis?
That was, I can't see who was on the carry. Yeah, Aaron Davis on the carry. Flag comes in. And let's check and see what this is.
Face mask, it looked
Yeah,
like.
face mask against Broadhead-Judah. So that'll add 15. Oh, no, it's a 5 yard. 5 yard.
First one of those I've seen all year.
Me too. Me too, Jerry.
Everything's been 15 till tonight.
Till tonight.
Yep.
You're right. We also wanted to give a quick shout out to all the coaches and their spouses or significant others this evening. Started out with Coach Troxel, and his wife Jillian, as well as Coach Darling and his wife Heidi. And we'll get to the rest of them here right after this play. Receiver on either side is going to be a handoff to Aaron Davis right at the middle. And he's going to get enough, I believe, for that first down. Yeah, he is. He needed about a half a yard, and he got about 2 yards.
Moving the chains.
Big deal there for us.
Yeah.
Coach Gary Schwartz and his wife Michelle. Coach Chris Clerkin and his wife Megan. Coach Mike Starks and his wife Erin. Coach Adam Harlan and his wife almost.
Tomorrow,
Kayla. We'll pick up the rest here in just a minute. 2 receivers to the right-hand side. There's a handoff to Daishan Lee up the middle.
Nice
He's going
hard
to get
run.
got a few yards in that one, about 5 on that carry, so that was really good.
Lineman firing out, hitting people.
Yep. Coach Billy Jones and his wife Jamie, Coach Wyatt Seep and his wife Haley, Coach Dana Ryder and his wife Sabrina, Coach Jermaine Harris and his wife, I think, Dana. Wife or significant other. And if you want to let us know, let us know. Coach Brian Brown and his wife Michelle and Coach John Bosworth and his wife Jane. I formation. Oh, man. Oh, he got out of that. And he lost the ball.
Football.
And it's going to be Broadhead-Judah. He got nailed in the backfield, tried to get out of it, lost the ball, and turns it over.
Yeah, a little second effort there, and sometimes that's what happens when you're giving that second effort. You saw Daishan bounce off that first would-be tackler and try to get something on the second effort, and the ball popped out.
So back on defense we go, and Broadhead-Judah the short field. They're going to start on our 39. Last shout-outs we want to get out there, the football program helpers, Mitchell Woodman, Aaliyah Hunnemer, Ellery Wassinger, Aaron Davis, Shane Landrath, and Caleb Burke. I want to thank all those folks. Pass coming. Oh, man, and we had some. There he goes down.
I think that was Bosworth. On the early pressure.
On the early pressure, and then Colton Stibbe comes in to get a hold of him and takes him down. No gain on the play. Hosley was looking to wind up and chuck one down the field, and he just never got the chance. Got a little bit of a backfield pressure there, first from Wes, and then Colton Stibbe comes in and trip him up. So no gain on the play. 2nd and 10. 2:27 left on the clock in the third. Offset back. One receiver to the top, that's Bagley. They're going to hand it off to the runner, Bagley. And, wow. Man, he's just got great feet.
Yeah.
Ellenson takes him down after a gain of about 7 on that. So 3rd and 3. Ball sitting on the, looks like about the 32-yard line right now. And Jerry, you got to think, even if we get the stop on this, probably 4-down territory for Broadhead-Judah. You don't think they're probably going to punt it away on a short field like that, but quick handoff to Bagley, and he's going to get, no, it's actually Roshheisen, and he's going to get stopped.
Somebody's coming out of there with a little bit of
That's Vondra. Yep, he's coming off, shaking it out there. Maybe a little stinger or something. So he gained about half of what he needed to get for the first down. Now they're going to bring in Matthias. Probably in the running back or fullback position here. Another big kid.
Yep. Last time they were in this situation, they ran a little quarterback keep.
Yep.
Just
so Y-back formation here.
Kind of a little veer action and just tried to get Hosley out to that edge.
That would look like a false
that looked
start.
like somebody jumped.
Yep. That should be, back 5. There we go. So now we got a different situation here. Was 4th and 1. Now you're looking at 4th and 6. So let's see what Broadhead-Judah draws up on this one. We got 46 on the clock right now. So one more play at least before the end of the third. And Hosley's going to bring in the play here. Boy, if the Hornets can get a stop here, that would be big.
It would.
get it out of the hands of Broadhead-Judah. Bagley to the top of your screen. That's Vonder to the bottom. Looking for that pass, and guess who?
He's got Gunnar Bagley right,
Gunnar
right
Bagley
on
at-
the sticks.
Yep, first down. They needed 6, he got 7. That keeps their drive alive. Bosworth was on the coverage there and just couldn't get to him.
Yep, they just they waggled Hosley out to the left, little waggle action, and just a straight
Pitch and catch.
little out pattern, just enough past the sticks to get the first down, move the
Yep.
chains.
Where's Roderick?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we'll probably get him at the end of the game.
Just zoom him in or yeah. That'll work.
Straight ahead to Matthias, I believe.
And he's still going. No whistle yet.
He's a big kid,
Yeah, he is.
churning up the middle.
Yeah. That'll bring you down to the end of the third quarter and gain of 4 on that play. And Hosley is a little ginger coming off the side there. You can see him kind of walking a little slow and sauntering back and forth, as is Butke a little bit. And again, folks, yeah, like you've been saying, Jerry, this is week 11. There's a lot of bumps and bruises and banged up this and whatnot. So, yeah, it's you get to this point in the season, like I said, those injuries can start to pile up a little bit, but looks like, Broadhead-Judah's got a deep roster. So if you can get those, a guy goes down, they, just like we've had before too, next man up mentality, and
Yep.
but so far
definitely
they've been pretty good.
They've got a lot of kids in their program. They do have a lot of two-way athletes, so a lot of
Right.
kids playing both sides of football. So
Juniors and senior heavy too.
sometimes when you lose somebody like that, if somebody goes down, that makes it a little bit more significant when they, maybe they're on their special teams, maybe they're your kicker, your punter. They got, I'll use Hosley as an example. He's
Yeah, he plays.
he came out a little bit dinged right there, and he's a big part of this team.
Yep.
Obviously the quarterbacking, and he's done a really nice job with that. And
Yeah, he has.
he's a pretty good punter and kicker, and then of course plays a little defensive edge for them as well.
Yep. We saw that especially in the second quarter, and he was making plays on that defensive edge, quite a few plays.
So
All right, so Bagley's to the bottom of your screen, off back formation. And it's going to be to Bagley out of the backfield, and he's going to gain a few on this one. Gain of about maybe 2 on that play, Jerry.
yep,
Brings up third and about 4, I'd say.
looks like Bryson might have got a jam finger or something out of that deal.
Yeah, I see him kind of holding that,
Come out
that
of there
right
grabbing
hand.
his hand, and I don't know if he just his finger got jammed up, got caught in a face mask or something.
Stuck
Sometimes
between a couple helmets maybe,
Yeah.
or
sometimes
Yep,
that's
never
what
know.
happens. You dig up in there, and
yep. The other thing that Broadhead-Judah has been doing tonight, Jerry, is winning the turnover battle too, with 1 pick and 1 fumble recovery. And Bagley's going to, that's going to be Bagley to the outside. And
Nice
Dice
play.
on the- and now we got a
Dice
flag at the very end of that play. Let's see what this is going to be. I thought the play, and Bagley's down on the opposite side. Yeah, training staff's going to come out. That's Bagley on the far sideline right now. I don't know what the penalty is right now, Jerry, but the back judge was the one that threw that flag.
I think it had something to do with
he's
that downfield block. Either the blocker held or maybe the.
Oh, you hate to see this.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, they're carrying him. Yeah, shoot. I heard somebody say cramp, but it's an illegal block in the back by Broadhead-Judah. So that's going to bring that back. All right, let's see what happens here with Bagley. Let's see if they just heard somebody say something about cramp, but we'll see what the trainer does down here for him. And he's walking on it. Gingerly, obviously, but he's walking on it. So it's going to be a replay of the third down. Yeah, I just heard the coach say cramping. They're getting him some Gatorade and probably stretch that calf out. And you can imagine cramping for Bagley. That kid's been a horse all night tonight. All right, this is a handoff to number 2, Saunders, and he's going to get stopped just. This is going to be tight. He's really close to that first down marker. And looks like Brenninger on the tackle. Yeah, they're saying he's just shy of the. No, now they're giving him the first down.
Gonna move the sticks.
So first down.
10:46 and counting. First down, Broadhead-Judah. Inside the red zone of the Hornets. 35-3.
Sitting on about the 17.5-yard line right now. Bring it back up here. Twin backs in the back here, kind of that offset back formation. Look for this to go to Saunders again. No, it's going to be passed right over top the middle. See you later.
Quick slant over the middle of Malcow.
Wow. Yikes. And Jerry, the thing that I've been the most impressed with tonight from Hosley is the fakes that he is selling. He is doing a phenomenal job of selling that run, and then just pops back a little. That was just a little pop over the top there. Now,
yeah, you know, he's done a lot of things. He's not only a good athlete and making plays, but he's also a great game manager too.
Yeah.
Just how he's got this offense clicking. They haven't made hardly any mistakes.
I can't think of one that, I mean, what, maybe an incomplete pass or so?
The one
or
illegal procedure just a few minutes ago.
I mean, but other than that, it's just been, wow. Yeah, and you can see, this is the first time, Jerry, I think I've seen all year, and I'm going to be quite honest with you, the first time I've seen all year that those guys over there in white haven't really held their heads held up really high. I will say that. Kind of just seeing kind of the hands on the hips kind of attitude, you know, and God, you hate to see that. Well, we're going to have a running clock here too after this kickoff because it's a 39-point spread. So at 35, it'll goes to a running clock. And Jerry, we just haven't had an answer to their offense.
No.
Whether it's been through the air or on the ground, they've been doing it all.
Yeah, and you know their defense has made it difficult for our offense as well.
Yeah.
And you know, you combine that with their special teams are solid. I mean,
yep.
They're, you know, it's that three-phase thing again, and theirs are pretty good.
They've got all three phases working. You bet.
Yeah. I'd love to know what happened at Prairie du Chien a couple weeks ago because,
yeah,
you know,
a 22-19 game is a heck of a lot different than what we're seeing tonight.
Forgot to get off the bus or what?
I don't know.
And Prairie's a good team. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
These guys are the two games we've seen them. They've been a machine.
Yeah. Yep. Every aspect. Yep. Every aspect of the game. See Bagley kind of pacing up and down the sidelines, a little jog here. So
yeah, he's trying to work out those.
Yep.
Those cramps.
Work out those cramps there. Belleville beat Marshall 21-7.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we'll be back.
That means
they'll be back here next week.
Yeah, Broadhead-Judah will have a home game next week. Did I hear that 21-0? Is that what I heard? I thought.
I didn't hear the score. I just.
Wow. All right, here's a run.
Looks like Nate Fogel.
I think that was Nate Fogel. Yep.
Good hard run.
Yeah, a really good run. Needed that about, I don't know, 2.5 quarters ago, 3 quarters ago. Whew. Gain of about 6 on that play. 2nd and 4. Ball sitting at about the 26-yard line. 30-yard line is the yard to gain. Clarkson to the top. Fogo in the slot. Bosworth to the bottom. Oh.
Just a little bit behind him, yeah.
Incomplete pass, so that brings up 3rd and 4. I'd like to see a double move by Sam and then get him down the field maybe.
Yeah.
You know, They've been trying that crossing route, 10-yard post or whatever. But boy, if you get a double move and get him down the sideline or something, and I mean he's got the wheels for it. So
Yeah, got to have the protection to
Yep.
do it. But yeah, I agree with
Yep.
you. It's a these guys are really cheating up big time, which
yeah, they are.
you can do when you have a big lead.
Yep. Oh man.
That's going nowhere.
Yep. And that, Jerry, I think that play right there has been kind of the telltale of our entire night tonight. Just when you look like you're getting a little something going, in comes Broadhead-Judah with a big defensive stop. Broadhead-Judah a little bit late getting their personnel out there. Hillers is kicking into the wind here.
They got Bondra and McIntyre back
Yep.
deep.
Kind of a sloppy kick, end over end, and it just dies up in the air. Get away from the ball. Yeah, just down it there, crying out loud. You saw that, and that's, if you folks were taking a look at the, and I don't know if you can see the field and the ball at the same time or whatever, but when you see that ball go up and it's going and it's, he's got a good trajectory on it, and then all of a sudden he gets about, 25, 30 yards up in the air, and it just dies and not going anywhere else. It's just going to hit that wall and then just drop straight down.
Yeah.
Not a good night for punting.
No, and you get into the postseason and you have to factor in the weather conditions. It's usually much colder, windier, nastier. Sometimes you get some white precipitation.
Right.
So
Saunders on the
Definitely.
carry.
definitely plays into it, and
Gain of about 1.5 or 2 on that play.
you end up broadcasting games from a turkey wine.
Has that happened before?
Yeah, I think so. So that was a cold night up at the Dells.
Yeah, that was a chilly one.
but
It was definitely a chilly one.
But the play of the kids really warmed us up quickly.
Yeah, it did.
was
Yeah, it
one
did.
of our better ball games.
Yeah.
Last season, so that was
Yeah, it
pretty
was.
pretty fun to be a part of that. Second down and about 8 for the Cardinals here.
Bringing in some new numbers I can see.
Different quarterback.
Yeah, that's number 5. And I don't have a number for number 5. And they're going to milk that clock down as far as they can go, obviously. There's that back judge. Here comes the handoff. Quick up the middle.
Teague Perkins on the
Perkins
play.
on the carry, and that's going to be Matthias. Yeah, so we don't have a number for number 5, the new quarterback that's in there. And actually, Jerry, I don't know that he's got a name on the back of his jersey either. I wonder if JV kid, probably. There's a few of them down there in the sideline that don't have names on the back of the jerseys. I'm guessing those are probably some JV kids. So bringing them in, saving those starters for next week. And it sounds like Broadhead-Judah will be playing Belleville here. Handoff, that's Saunders. He's going to gain some yardage.
Yep.
Bryson Clarkson, a little slow to get up off the field.
Out to about the 43.
42, maybe, 43, yep.
Fourth down.
And guessing they're probably just going to go for it here. And, oh, yeah, they're going to spring in their entire starting offense to try and pick up this first down.
And
Yeah, big time.
just our hats off to all of you guys.
Pass going to Fogo, high, and he grabs it. McIntyre in on the tackle, brings him down. Gain of about 5 on that play. That'll bring down 3rd down and about 3 to go.
Yep, nice pass, nice catch.
3
Good job,
minutes
Nate
left on the
Fogle.
clock. Yep.
Connor with a nice throw. Third and about 3.
Hornets bring it back up to the line here. Dyshon, no, I'm sorry. Bryson Clarkson at the top of your screen. Sam Bosworth to the bottom. I formation. And it's going to be a straight ahead Connor Ellenson, and I don't know that he got it. No, he did not.
He's short of the.
Needed
short of the
3,
line
got
to
2.
gain. Needed to get to the 30, and he's just shy of
29.
29 is where he's about at.
So 4th down, and you got to think they're going for it here, obviously.
Yeah, I would think so.
2:22 left in the clock. Broadhead-Judah is going to load the box here. It's going to be a pitch out to Daishan Lee. Get out there and go. Now get going. Get down the field. Tackled by McIntyre. Down to about the 47 or 48 yard line. That was a nice run. We needed that a heck of a long time ago.
Yep.
That little pitch play out to the left-hand side. $1:50 left in the clock here.
Got a chance to see some of his speed.
Yep. Bosworth to the bottom, Clarkson to the top. Pistol formation. Ellenson looking for the pass. He's going to get rushed out to the side. Going to get rid of it to Nate Fogo, and it just about got tipped up. Saunders on the coverage. So 2nd and 10 at the 48. Trent Forehand. Trent Forehand, one of my seniors we lost. I was going to say, I knew there was somebody else.
T-Boogie. I was thinking the same thing.
Yep. Sorry about that, Boog. Little flicker out there to the side, and that's going to be wrapped up quickly. That was to Aaron Davis. Wrapped up by number 14, Cooper Wolke. 41 seconds left.
Yep, class of 2022.
Yep.
Again, they've left their stamp on this program. No
Yeah, they
doubt.
have.
There's no doubt. And
Yep. Hats off to those kids.
And they've battled all night long here, too. It's been a tough battle, but they've battled.
Ellenson trying to take it himself. Grab some yards.
Look at
Nice
that.
run.
Fighting for extra yards.
Yep.
That's who we are right there.
Yep.
Kind of got that never say die attitude. So.
Yep. But that's going to end the game tonight. 42-3, Broadhead-Judah over Richland Center. On a really tough night tonight. What's going on? Now they're taking her to the sideline. What's happening here?
I'm not sure. He's going to ask him to put
he's going to put 2 seconds on the clock. I thought it was running the clock.
He's probably going to ring it up, and then it'll run off.
Yeah. Yep, so they'll wind it, and then they'll just, that's it. So it's just a formality.
Timeout Richland Center. Okay. That's why.
We took a timeout?
Yep.
Oh, we still are. That was a 3rd down play. Okay.
Okay.
That's what it was. Okay. Got it. We were confused. And they're just going to kneel it, and that'll be it. So congrats to Broadhead-Judah. They will advance next week. Sounds like they'll be playing here against Belleville, who defeated Marshall this evening.
The
and
number
it
one
sounded
seed.
like it was 21-0 as far as we heard for that score. So
Yep, number 6 seed knocking off a number 1. So,
Yeah. Yep.
So Belleville will be traveling right here next
to
week to play
Broadhead-Judah, which
Broadhead-Judah.
Belleville to Broadhead-Judah, not a big trip. That's just a short little jaunt down the Sugar River, if you will. So, again, score tonight, 42-3. Give us a quick chance to, if we could, maybe can we get our sponsors in real quick? We're going to give one last shout out to our sponsors. Tonight's sponsors, the class of 2023 parents, football parents, Brian and Katie Pauls, Kirk and Shelly Stibbe, Jarrett and Susan McDonald, Terry and Tammy Thielman, Brian and Jamie Jones, Aaron and Stacy Umbihan, Wendy Young, Darren and Sheila Buchholz, Brian and Michelle Brown, and the wife and I. So want to thank those junior parents this evening for that. And there's those boys. You can see them. Next year's seniors coming up.
Yep, thanks a lot to all those people.
And all of our sponsors all year this year, Jerry.
Yep, absolutely. And it's been a fun experience being at all 11 games and watching these kids perform, and we're so happy that we've been able to bring it to you live each week. Our viewership is through the roof.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of people.
I don't know
a
what
lot
we
of people
peaked out
paying
at
attention.
tonight, but it was like 277 or 280 something.
Yeah.
Or I mean, we were closing in at the 300 mark. So amazing
Yeah.
to see that. That's pretty awesome. Glad you folks can tune in for those kinds of things. Help us out.
Yeah.
And it grows the program too, Jerry. You know that, and that's what it's about. It's about those boys down there on that football field and growing that program, and you know,
Yeah, this
it's
is
a one hive mentality.
this is a tough one. You know, I mean, I feel for our seniors especially.
Yep.
You know, I mean, they've had such a great year and actually a great career.
Yeah.
In helping build what we have today. It's just remarkable that we're coming into tonight. We were 7-3 coming in.
Yep.
Second round playoff game. You look at our season and how it went, and we had some huge wins. We had some huge moments, and to just get to this point
Right.
from where we were, and a lot of the credit goes to this class of 2022, and so we wanted to acknowledge all of them right there at the end as the clock kind of ran off a little quicker than we would have liked.
Right.
But very proud of you guys, proud to be Hornets, and
Yeah.
and you make it that way. A lot of character, a lot of top-notch kids, and it's just been a pleasure to call your games because you make it fun, and you're good people, and it makes it exciting to watch you and to cheer you on and to bring these games to people in their homes.
Yeah, one of the things that we were talking about on the way down here tonight, Jerry, was the appreciation, especially from those seniors, about
Yeah.
this service, about being able to bring the live stream, and I got to tell you, it's kind of neat to see that kind of growth and that kind of maturity in those young men to be able to, they're out there, hey, thanks for doing this, and shaking your hand, and we appreciate everything you guys do, and it's really, you want successful football players, you want a successful football team, but if you can bring up successful young men, that's the whole part of it too. So
It really is, and not only do those young men need to be proud, their parents should be very proud.
absolutely.
Our community should be very proud. I mean, all the different things that they've done throughout their time in this program, and like I said, leaving a stamp on it.
Yeah.
Just a credit to them, a credit to all those people that are associated with these young men, their families, and I'm sure many of them were here tonight to support. But if you
Right.
weren't, at least you were watching online and you got a chance to support them there. So I know how much that means to them and how much it means to everybody, and one hive, one community.
And it's been that all year.
It really has been.
Yeah, it's been pretty awesome. And if we can get a quick, so we want to get a shot of our camera crew here too, if we can, because again, this is the thing. We don't get to do this, Jerry, unless it's for all of these people here as well. So we'll kind of hopefully get this. Are we going now? Yeah, now you guys can see those
There we
folks.
go.
So this is Josie. She's on the controls right there. You can see her. There's the wave. There she is. We start swinging around. We got some other folks to take a look at here. There's Jose.
It's important you guys get a chance to see these people.
Yeah, this is all
they're
happy to be here. This is all the behind-the-scenes stuff, right? Now we got bringing Broderick in here in just a second. Get some camera moving around here, and where is he? I can't see him. Can we see him on the screen? Where is he at? Oh, our camera just died. We'll get somebody on. Oh, there he was. I just saw him. There he is. There's the. That's the guy right there holding the camera in front of himself. Yeah,
There you
you
go.
bet. He's our on-the-field reporter guy. I mean, so
Yep,
all of
he's-
those close-up shots that you guys
He's the
get.
one that gets to deal with the elements, the
Yeah, he
cold,
does.
the cold fingers, and student sections obnoxiousness, and he gets to deal with all that being down on the field, which is good. And he's bringing you those wonderful downfield shots.
Yeah, the stuff that we don't get to see
Yeah.
until we look at it on the screen, which is pretty awesome stuff. So we appreciate you
mean-
guys. And then we didn't get Matt. Get a picture
Oh,
of Matt here.
we got to get Matt on
Heck
there.
yeah. So let's see. There he is. That's our producer. That's the guy that makes all the magic happen, if you will, even
Yep.
when he's on vacation,
Yep.
like he was last week.
92 degrees last week.
Yeah.
Not 92
Not
this
tonight.
week.
Not tonight, Matt. So anyway,
What a
So we
special
want to thank
group
you
of
folks.
people.
Yeah, it's been, again, we don't get to do any of the stuff that you guys get to see at home, like all these different camera angles and the close-ups and all of that stuff, or to see our ugly mugs on this thing,
Yeah.
We don't get to see any of that stuff without these folks. So a huge shout-out to you guys. We thank you tremendously for that. So, a not so joyous end of the season, but,
No.
the one thing I will say is this, Jerry. It came against one heck of an opponent. I mean, Broadhead-Judah is the real deal. They are a well-oiled machine. They've got a lot of moving parts, and all of them move really, really well.
Yeah, they really do. And you got to take your hats off to them. I mean, you
Right.
really do. And we wish them luck next week and beyond. And in the end, there's only one happy team in each division, and that's the team that walks off with the trophy at Camp Randall. So
Yeah, it is.
Is that going to be these guys?
We're going to see if we can get a couple of these guys up here, actually. You
Okay.
guys got a few seconds? All right. So we're going to bring in a couple of Broadhead-Judah players. Yeah, if you guys come around here. Can you guys sneak in here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
on
sure.
in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in. So this is our quarterback, Hosley, correct? Yeah. Nice to see you.
Yep.
Do we have a mic tonight, guys? We didn't have one, so we'll get – and Butke, correct? Nice to meet you
Yep.
guys.
Congratulations on your big win.
Yep.
Yep.
So we're going to kind of try and get one of us.
One of you give a headset to him.
Good?
The other guy do the intro.
You guys you don't have to fight over it. It's all right. All right, there we go. So, is it Colton?
Yep.
Colton Butke. Okay. One thing so Jerry and I were talking a little bit on the way down here. When you guys came up to center, we knew you guys were the real deal up there. I think we used the word athlete so many times, and you guys have your entire roster. You guys have a ton of athletes. What are you looking forward to next week with Belleville?
Honestly, just being able to come back home, knowing that we got one more game here, it means a lot. And I know that everyone in that huddle over there is going to work their butts
Tails
off.
up.
work their tails
Appreciate
off every
that.
single day.
Yeah.
What we focus on is winning every single day in practice, and it really showed this week and the week before.
I would agree. You guys. So speaking of the week before, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about that. You guys had Prairie du Chien. They put up a fight against you guys. Strong team. They're in our conference. Have been in our conference for a long time. What was it that gave you guys a little bit of fits last week with them? What was their game plan against you, I think?
I would say less game plan and more of like how our practices went. Really showed in the game. Guys that usually are on fire weren't hot.
Gotcha.
And then just really the energy in the beginning wasn't what Broadhead-Judah football is.
Gotcha.
And I think it showed in the second half.
Yeah, and you guys have a lot of energy, a lot of athleticism, a lot of get up the field and down the field. So, and then all three aspects of the game too. So, hats off to you guys. Excellent job out there tonight.
Appreciate it.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Good luck next week. We'll get you on. We'll get you on here too. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Just throw it on there. That's all right. Yeah, you're all right. Just go ahead and throw it on there. There you go. All right, so Hosley, so you're a little bit taller than I am, buddy. Can you scoot down a little? No, I'm just kidding. It's all right. It's all right. Heck of a nice game tonight in that QB spot. Man, oh man, we had come down here and we were talking about the run game, and you guys really have a strongly established run game behind Bagley. That kid's on fire, moves like Jagger. That kid, he's all over the place. But the passing game from you tonight was really, really nice to see. You kind of open those things up. What did you see tonight from the Hornet defense that allowed that passing game to open up for you?
Well, their corners were lockdowns, but I just threw the guy open and trusted them to come down with the ball.
It looked like you were kind of putting that ball in the spot where the receiver could get it. I was thinking of that play that you had down in this end zone with
Aiden Vondra.
Vondra, yes. Yep, put that ball right out there for Vondra to get it. And we've got a couple of special backs. I'm thinking Ellenson, who was our quarterback, who also plays safety. I mean, that kid's all over the place. But and then Bosworth had that one tip, and you threw it to Bagley, the younger Bagley on that reception. The passing game seemed to be something that really kind of got things going. And if the drive, with the run stalled a little bit, you were able to roll out and pitch that out there. Heck of a nice job on that tonight. So looking forward to that for Belleville tomorrow or for next Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was that was the other thing we were talking about. Yep. So Jerry was talking about it. You may not have heard that on camera, but Jerry was talking about selling that handoff. I mean, it looked really, really nice tonight.
Our pass pro could be a little better than we'll work on it for next week.
Now you're talking. That's what I like to hear. That's playoff football right there. Awesome. Excellent job tonight, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Nice work. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Go get them. You bet. Nice to see those Broadhead-Judah players come on up and give us a few minutes of their time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry, that was one of the things to mention was that that cell on the handoff.
Yep.
Man, Hosley did a really, really nice job of that tonight all over the place.
Oh yeah, and I, a couple of thousand decades ago, I played I played the position, and when I didn't carry out my fakes very well, I was told.
Yeah. So maybe he was told, but
sometimes I paid for it.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. You bet. You
so
bet.
yeah, it's a huge part of a game as a quarterback, and whenever you're trying to mix run with pass and trying to freeze those backers and stuff, your fakes are really something that's really important, and he did do a nice job of that.
An excellent job of that tonight. So, all right. So, again, tonight, not the score we were hoping for, but Jerry, it was again against a really tough opponent in Broadhead-Judah, and they're showing you why they're right now they're 11-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a strong team. So hats off to them. But again, hats off to our Richland Center Hornet boys. One heck of a season this year, Jerry.
Yeah.
Again, kind of bringing all those things together. Really strong senior class, and then the underclassmen that are also bringing things up. And good things to look forward to for next season.
I think so. And the thing is, you feel bad about this one. You feel it in your gut. You don't. This is gonna sting. This is gonna hurt for a while. But when we're able to just get further and further away from tonight, you'll be able to look back on a lot of very positive moments.
Yeah.
In Hornet football this year, it's been fun. I know it's generated a different level of excitement.
Right.
Not only throughout our community, but throughout our area, and for all of our alumni that are, getting a chance to get in and watch these games.
Yeah.
And so many people that are, all over the world.
Yeah.
We've had so many viewers in different countries and different states and people that are paying attention to Hornet football again. And I mentioned that to the kids last night when I got a chance to talk to them, how grateful we all are as Hornet fans and as proud Hornets that they've generated that again, and they've kind of got that excitement level back to where it should be, and making Hornet football fun. And it is. I know, there's a lot of people that got excited about the preparation for this week.
Exactly.
And like I said, it didn't turn out like we wanted it to. We ran into a buzzsaw. These guys are a good football team.
Yep.
And you catch them on a night like tonight where they had everything clicking and they didn't make very many mistakes.
No, they didn't.
They just didn't make very many mistakes, and so it's hard to capitalize on that when you're playing somebody that's this strong.
Yep.
So, but no, I really want to extend my thanks to the Hornet program and all the coaches and everybody that's involved with this particular program and especially the seniors.
Yeah.
It's
hard to play that last game.
It is, and it's hard to say goodbye to them because they mean so much to us. And they've just done such a great job of leading this program to where it is today. And like you said, we got some good things coming back next year. A lot to hang our hat on for the future, and a lot of that credit goes to the class of 2022.
Yeah.
And so thank you, seniors. You mean a lot to us, and I know you mean a lot to everybody that's out there right now on the field, and you got a lot of kids saying their goodbyes, and it's tough. I've been there a lot as a coach, as a player. It's just that last night when it's kind of all over, you're just like, it has that really weird feeling to it.
Yeah.
But again, the appreciation for what's happened and the season we've had just a wonderful season.
Yeah.
We've played some really outstanding football. We've won some really outstanding football games. We've beaten some really good teams. It's just that we've had the unfortunate part of running into these guys twice.
Broadhead-Judah twice, yeah.
And you can't take anything away from them. You just can't. They're
not at all.
They're a really, really quality team. And I just mentioned there's only one team that gets to carry the trophy off in Camp Randall and have tears of joy. And not the ones of sorrow. And that team in red and black might be the one.
Yeah, if you're looking on the screen right now, you can just see those young men down there, and that's the way I'm going to describe each and every one of those are young men down there, and it's tough. It's tough for them to see the season come to an end like this, and you can see the hugs kind of going around. You're probably going to see some tears in some eyes and whatnot, but I think the next thing that you're going to see after this, you're going to see some smiles.
Yeah.
I mean, these kids have nothing to hang their head about. We're going to see what happens when the conference picks come out, for first team, second team, so on and so forth. That's a heck of a football team down there. There's nothing to take away from those kids whatsoever.
Yep.
One heck of a football team down there.
And I think that the thing that speaks to their character and stuff too. You mentioned it earlier in the broadcast. Just how grateful they are. How they've come up to us and thanked us multiple times.
I can't even count it
for what we do. And when we've had them on interviews after games and stuff, they've shifted a lot of the credit to their coaches. And,
Yep.
And they're very appreciative of their coaches and the job that they do. They listen, they study, they work hard, they pay attention to detail. Coachable. That's the word that comes to my mind. Is that's one of the best traits you can have, and it's going to carry into life. And
right,
and they're gonna work for somebody someday. And if you're coachable and you can listen to what people say and take that and take it constructively and use it, that's a great skill. And I see that with a lot of these players already. So
class act program.
They're
a class act program,
and everything about them is class. And I think that's why our whole entire community is so proud of what they've done. And so I like I said, I'm kind of at a loss for words because I'm kind of choked up a little bit. I don't want to say goodbye to some of these guys on the football field, but
we got gratitude for them. I mean, honestly, they and kind of looking at this, they make this fun.
Yeah,
you know what
do.
I mean?
They do.
We've had a blast calling the games this year. It's been I never thought that you and I'd be doing anything like this. We often joked around, hey, 5 years ago we should have been doing this, but I'm telling you, it's just been this is something special, and those kids make it that way. Those coaches make it that way. That entire team makes it that way, and the community. I mean, that's a shot of a community, and all the parents and all the businesses and all the sponsors and all the the shout outs and all of that stuff, that goes into all of what we do here and to bring it to you folks at home. And so we thank everybody that's been involved in this.
Yeah. And we gave a little shout out to our coaching staff and their wives and significant others. And they do a heck of a job. And,
understated. I
can't say enough.
Yep.
The job that they've done with this group of young men, and it goes hand in hand. And the young men have been very responsive to the coaching, and the coaching's been outstanding. And it's like I said, it makes tonight really tough.
It's a bittersweet moment. You
It
bet
really
it
is.
is.
And
you bet it is.
You're happy for what they've been through and what they've gained from all of this. It's just a tough one to swallow when you say it's over.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Yeah, because the next thing we do is we look forward to the 2022 season.
That's true.
that's where we're at. So, I think we're signing off here tonight. We want to thank again all of our camera crew. Thank those folks. Thank our sponsors tonight, the 2023 parents, for doing that, and all of our sponsors for the entire season. And this will be our final sign off for this year, Jerry.
Yep.
So
it's been fun. Thanks,
it's been
Mark.
great.
I appreciate you very much.
Always a great time. Always a great time.
Yep.
You guys
been
take
great
care.
Working with you.
Have a great night.
It's been great working with all you guys.
All of you folks.
Hornet Football Summer Camps Incorporated proudly welcomes you to our live stream this evening. We are grateful to both school districts for allowing us to provide this service to a regional and national audience. Our organization is independent and not associated with the Richland School District.